Alright everyone, you should know the drill by now. Welcome in to episode 3 of UnGrounded. Alright, so today in this video we have a lot of things to do. First off, as you can see, I have a bit lackluster tools, so I'm going to need to rectify that along with my armor situation and of course doing some building. So we really got it all in today's episode. As you can see, I've been doing a bit of work around the outpost, and I do of course have crafted the rusty spear, which will be my weapon for most of the game. But the first things first, we have some work to do on my base idea. I want to build a bit of a barge out on the pond. And if you can see here, there's a little bit of progress being made with the berries being turned into leather so we can make those buoyant foundations, as we do need a whole lot of that. So we'll be gathering the materials, we'll be building it, and as you can see, we already have the tiniest bit of progress out there in the pond. So let's get started and finish building this. Now I want to illustrate exactly how insane this chat message here is. If you haven't already heard of it, this is a reference to something called Project Lawnmower, which the person who sent this message, they're Bounty Bros on YouTube, actually created. And it's this insane project that will be linked in an iCard, where he decided to go ahead and cut down every single piece of grass in the entirety of the backyard. So, as you consume, a pretty insane undertaking, and of course you can check that out, but back to the time lapse. Alright, so right now I have a bit of a problem. My axe, see, is about to break. Although I do need to chop these down. And I have a lot more things to do with my axe. I think we have to take a page out of one of our other members' book. And actually go ahead and start grinding up to get the termite axe. Of course, we have everything except for the choppers. So I guess it's time to go get that. And of course, continue working on all the other things I'm working on. And now with that little bit of grinding at the termite nest, I do have the termite choppers, the crow feather pieces, and the tough gunk to craft myself a termite axe. So we'll never need this one again. Oh, that I actually probably needed that to give to new players. Well, we do in fact have the termite axe now. And I guess, well, back to the grind, but also, I guess I'm going to have to dive in and get that real quick. Well, I'll see you guys when we continue the time-lapse again. Okay, so I have a very possibly stupid idea. You see this up here as the upper yard. We currently don't have a good way to it. Sure, I could build a zip line, but there is a problem with that, which is we don't have the zipper. Actually, in fact, I can't even get up to the zipline hub yet because it requires the zipper to get up to it. So I need a way up to the upper yard easily, and sure, I could go all the way over there to the upper yard ascent and actually get up there the quote-unquote right way. I would like to make a staircase going up here so that we can get to this place before we get the zipper, because of course that's gonna happen a little further down the line, probably tomorrow as of recording this. But I guess I'm gonna go work on that now. You know what? Actually, I won't bore you with another time lapse. I'll just do that off camera. Alright, and a couple hours later, I am now back. So, as you can see, I did say I was going to build a little thing over there, so let's go check that out. I did build the staircase to the upper yard because, of course, no zipper for zip lines yet. But I did, of course, you know, take the time and build, honestly, this pretty cool little staircase. These scaffoldings hold 0 structural support. I just built them because I thought they would look good. So yeah, we just have a nice little staircase. Using this staircase, I have, of course, gotten the Black Ox hammer, so now we can actually go and bust some things, and the stuffed Black Ox beetle. Of course, so we can get more Black Ox parts and Black Ox horns, because I do in fact want to make the Black Ox armor. So that's where we are for now, but now I think it's time to tackle the next lab, the Haze Lab. But before we can do that, we of course need to make the journey over there. So, of course, it shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so it looks like this Orb Weaver does not like our plans to go ahead and raid the Hedge Lab, but it should be fine. It's just one little Orb Weaver. We can very easily take it on and proceed to the Hedge Lab. There's another one. Okay, well, this is fine. It's still a situation we can deal with. This is fine. Everything's fine. We can just take out these 2 Orb Weaver spiders and go ahead and make our way back into the Haze Lab. So, I'll see you when we're there. So after another orb weaver spider and a wolf spider, we finally made the trek into the Haze Lab, of course, coming up here, which we have to bomb to get into, but that is perfectly fine. This lab isn't always too eventful, it's relatively short, but here are just the highlights of what happened. Now, I'm not entirely sure why this biometric scanner is out here, but I decided to waste my time to scan my hand on it in return for absolutely nothing, so I just thought I'd include this. And now we get ready for the first real boss fight of UnGrounded. And just like that, the infected ladybug falls. As you can see, we do in fact get the super chip and the duper disc, which is a nice little prize. I had checked this room a bit more than I probably should because I never know if I miss a little something, a little recipe, a little manila folder that contains something important later. And I probably did miss something, but I'll have to return to it later and get it, but I did search this room as much as I could so I could continue to the Oak Lab and give Burgle his chip. And here we are at Burgle, ready to turn in the hedge chip. Not the hedge, the haze chip. So, of course, this is going to unlock us a lot more things. Hey, Burgle, see ya. So, let's see what we got. Haze, we got feather roofs. We got the cookbook, we got the sign set, the acorn turrets, and the friendship offering for the Red Queen. This one's going to be interesting because we are going to have a bit of a conversation with everyone about what we're going to do with the queens. Of course, at least in this new game plus. Let's go ahead, slap on some more max health. And now we're just one lab away from finally getting ourselves the zipper. But before I let you all go, it's time to take our end of episode look at how everything has progressed. And there hasn't been too much progression on most fronts. I haven't seen, because of course I'm making this video the day after the last video got posted, so you know, not much has happened between the two videos, and I am going to slowly but surely stop doing that, hopefully. Stop doing daily videos, because it's, you know, not all fun and games. But we do, in fact, have the central structure here for the aphid farm, and of course now since we actually have the bait in the trap, we're getting a lot more aphids in here, which is always nice. I do have this black ox beetle, this stuffed black ox beetle here now. A lot more storage for things like that, and full storage for the grass planks, which, speaking of, I do have some work to do up there next episode. And of course we do have the full buoyant foundation done for my eventual base. So and the staircase, I forgot if I showed that off. But it's pretty nice. I, of course, added these, not for actual structural support, but because I thought it would look good. And I do stand by that. But with that, this has been episode 3 of UnGrounded.